Hey, my name is Vita Ayala, and when I'm not writing LiveWire or trying to scam my way into Hamilton, I'm watching For All Nerds. What's up, For All Nerds fan? We're here at New York Comic Con 2018, and I am here at the Valiant booth interviewing the Vita Ayala, Puerto Rico, ho, Puerto Rico, hey. How are you doing? Hi, I'm doing okay. You know. So for the For All Nerds fan, please let them know what you do in the industry, and maybe also what you do outside the industry. My name is Vita Ayala, as she got in one. She, pronouns? Yes. All right. My pronouns.
Thank you for asking.
Yeah, of course.
Your pronouns are they and them?
Yep, that is correct.
Yep.
I write comic books for a living, which is wild. I have written some stuff for DC. I got to co-write an issue of Supergirl with Steve Orlando, which is super cool.
Yeah.
I've written a tiny bit for Marvel, and I am writing LiveWire for Valiant.
Yeah. So wait, you also contributed to the Bitch Planet anthology, right?
I did, yeah. That was really, really awesome. I got to do an 8-pager for that, which they gave me a lot of freedom.
Yeah.
Spoiler alert, it's kind of a bummer. But that's the times that we live in. And I have 2 creator-owned series coming out right now, The Wilds and Submerged.
So I've read a few of your interviews with a few folks, and you talked about how you've grown up on anime, manga, the whole 9 yards. Are we going to see something from you in that space?
Oh yeah, it's funny because when I'm writing a script, the script is just, to me, a conversation between the writer and the artist, right? So it's like, here are my thoughts, and I definitely include like reference links, and some of them are to anime stuff. I'm not even gonna lie to you. So even like stuff like this, like if you'd read the scripts and followed the links, you're like, oh, okay, all right. There's a scene in the second issue where there's a fight. And I'm like, all right, and she does the anime dodge, and then like I sent a bunch of links. So yeah, there's weeb stuff everywhere. Like,
oh, so you have like the sweat drop, the
Oh my
pratfall,
God.
all that stuff. You got all of that going.
if I could draw, forget it. Like it would be
Oh,
all
right.
over the place.
So how do you feel? Like, how does it feel when you work with different artists? Because you're the writer, so you have these, I would assume, these images in your head, and then obviously the artist has to translate it. How do you go about negotiating that?
I think to me, what's most important is the tone of what I'm trying to get across and kind of the theme and the idea. The artist is going to have, whatever is in my mind is not nearly as cool as what they're going to bring to the table. They are the visual part of the visual medium, right? So like, there are times where they do things that are very different than what I imagined, and it has always been better, every single time. So to me, I feel like my job is just to convey what the emotions are. There's an artist that once said, and I think it was Joelle Jones, but I'm not positive, so forgive me if it's not, but she said, give me an action and give me an emotion and get the hell out of my way. And I'm like, good, okay.
I like it.
That's simple, clean. I like that, so, yeah.
You've said before that one of your favorite characters, particularly in DC, is Renee Montoya.
Yes.
And now we know Rosie Perez has been cast. How do you feel about that?
I was in like tears. I was like, is this happening? Are we getting this? Is this a grown folk cast in a grown folk role? It's a real Latina cast as a Latina. That's amazing. So, it's all right. It's cool. No, Rosie's very important to me, especially coming up as a New Yorker. I'm born and bred, like I said, and like seeing her do what she does and then continue to do it is so awesome. So,
Yeah. That New Yorican that's some real facts right there. So where are you from? Are you from the Bronx? Where are you from?
I'm not from the Bronx. I
you
lived
from?
in the Bronx for about 3 years.
Okay.
I'm actually originally from Alphabet City, Lower East Side, which is very different now. I was priced out of my neighborhood, so I went to the Bronx, and now I'm in Brooklyn.
Gentrification sucks.
Yeah, it's really rough. Yeah.
So you've been in the industry for quite some time. You've seen it change. Do you think it's been changing for the better or for the worse?
I think it's been changing for the better. I worked in comics retail for about 10 years before I was a creator. Yeah, Forbidden Planet. Yeah. My people. I think it is changing for the better. I remember as a retailer seeing the population of the people coming in change. Not that the people that were coming in stopped, but rather that more and more kinds of people would come in. And then as a creator, I've gotten to be part of being more inclusive, which I really like. And that's really important to me. Is like, I want my work and the things that I love to reflect people like me as well as people that are different from me. So.
Yeah. And that was going to be something I was thinking of. As I was reading your work, I was like, I wonder where we need to go now in comics. Like, someone made a great point that they would hope comics don't look anything like it looks now. Like, it's completely different. So what are your views on where comics need to go, maybe the topics they need to touch?
I think that one of the things that's so amazing about comics is that you can do anything. You can go anywhere. And I think what we are doing and what needs to be done is to expand the kinds of people that get to tell stories, right? So giving more access to people who traditionally do not have access to, and then supporting their own stories. So it's starting, it's happening. You know, my creator-owned stuff, I get to talk about what I want to talk about, and people are very supportive of that. So that's pretty awesome.
That's what's up. That's what's up. So let us know, what are you working on now? Anything we need to be looking out for?
You know, this little book here called LiveWire. No, I'm very excited about this book. I love the character. I've loved the character for years, and being able to be part of the team that brings her to life is amazing. I'm super pumped about it, and I think it's going to be pretty cool.
Is LiveWire like a technomancer kind of?
That's a really good way to put it, yeah. Technomancer, technokinetic. She can communicate with and control technology with her mind. So it's pretty cool.
That's fact. And before we started this interview, we were talking very briefly about wrestling. Who's your favorite wrestler?
Like of all time, or like right now, or like
Whatever.
Oh man, of all time? That's hard. I love Stone Cold Steve Austin. I'm never gonna, like, that's my number one. Oh my gosh. Man, I remember like flipping off of tables as a kid, just like watching him do all this stuff. Right now, I don't know. There's a lot of good wrestlers.
It's really good talent right now.
And I've been into Asuka since she showed up. Like, I'm super into Asuka, but I just love the field right now. I was watching, what was I watching? I was watching Lucha Underground recently, and I was like, this is what I want. Like, This is it. Just give me all of this, like, really good wrestling, and then, like, they know that their story is ridiculous, so they're going to go for it. Like, so, yeah, that kind of stuff.
Dope. And please let the internets know where they can find you on social or otherwise.
All right. My Instagram and my Twitter are the same. They are @definitelyvita. Very simple. Not creative in that way. So, yeah. Say what's up. I try and tweet back when I can when I'm not at a show. I don't even know what's been announced here because I've been here.
We don't know what's going on, what time it is.
Don't. Someone was like, they dropped a trailer for Daredevil Season 3, and I was like, they did? Like, what? What is going on? Congratulations, they announced this book. What? What is happening? So, but yeah, I'm on the internet all the time.
All right, so we'll be back more if we get out of this Bermuda Triangle of the New York Comic Con. But stay tuned. This is 4 TV. More to come.